Hi, this is Rajo, the controversial author. Today we're going to be reading out of the Answers to the Lost Book of Knowledge from the Garden of Eden, written by Rajo. You can always purchase any one of my books on the lulu.com under Rajo, lulu.com under Rajo, and you can always follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube under Rajo the Writer. Now, we're going to be talking about a very serious subject today. It's suicide and understanding suicide. And we're going to be reading out of Chapter 3, The Horrors of Suicide. I very rarely speak on a subject without at least a hint of experience, so I have just a hint of knowledge about what goes on through the mind of an individual prior to such a desperate act. So let's see if we can both get a little better understanding as we read on. Okay, let's get started. Please bear with me, my reading is not that great. Because every other day I feel hunted and hated. I breathe misery, kiss grief, make love to sorrow. Therefore it is easy to accept death. A person could speak 1,000 words and never state it any clearer than that. If we only knew what goes on through the minds of our loved ones, we could catch them when they fall. For your life is simple. You have your nice home, fine car, and the planets have lined up perfectly. But someone else is struggling just to make it through the day. They have become good at hiding the pain. Sometimes we laugh just to keep from crying. In the middle of the night, while others sleep peacefully, they are sitting in a corner with a face flooded with tears. They are thinking about doing it. They are in a battle within themselves, a fight to save a life, their own. It feels like you are on an island. No one understands, and as far as they are concerned, no one cares. It's easy to think of them as weak. They should love themselves more, right? However, if it were that simple, suicide wouldn't be a word in the dictionary. Society asks what could be so wrong in one's life that they are willing to take it. When one is stung by a bee, all you want is for the pain to end. We all just want to be free. We're going to skip on over here, and we're going to go to this part of the section. There are 3 reasons people kill themselves: depression, mental illness, and broken hearts. It's interesting though. We believe in love. We feel that it is powerful. So a question is asked: if someone that you love is homeless, not due to addiction, but because of circumstances, how can you sleep at night in your plush home knowing that they are out there all alone? If you see that they have no hope, why wouldn't you loan them yours? If they are penniless and you have wealth, how can you not give them a small sum? Which is stronger, the love of money or the love for another? How valuable is life? We scroll over here and we tell a little story about a woman who just made a decision. A woman feels that she can go on no longer. Rendered a useless being, she plunged herself into the ocean. She didn't know. No one told her that she had value. Her soft skin had value to a wanting man. The warm tone of her voice was a stimulant to her nieces and nephews. So what if her parents passed when she was young? There's always someone looking for a friend just like you. It was cold that night. The minute her body hit the water, she went into shock. Immediately, her brain waves were stimulated by the 30-degree temp and snapped her back into reality. She thought better of her attempt at exiting the world early, but was it too late? Her arms welled back and forth while gasping for every breath. Then she began sinking. Once one decides to stop their life, they can't always come back from it. And that is why you are singing hymns and wearing all black. We are all victims of spur-of-the-moment calamities that are made on impulse. Except for them, it is the last impulse that they will ever have. I don't want you to do it. I don't want you to give in and give up. Let me take your hand through my words and I will breathe new life into you. I will never whisper "stay positive" in your ear. Most don't understand that those words are just words to the desperate. In all honesty, those words inspire no one that feels in the double negative. One has to understand the language. If you want to be inspirational, pull them close, hug them tight, and tell them that it's going to be all right. I won't leave you until it is. That is real love being defined. It is the little things that you do. We scroll over to the end here, and we're going to read this last little paragraph. It says, you may never see suicide coming. It can be as sudden as a heart attack. Sometimes it can be avoided. All it takes is for someone to wrap their arms around and squeeze real tight. You may just squeeze sunshine into a dark life. Real love takes action and steps into take the deadly item away. Then says, I love you and I am here. But don't leave understanding behind. It will make your words of hope more believable. And if a person is you, and if that person is you, I am here for you. Hold on to these words tightly. I am here. And those are the same words that I would urge and encourage you to use when you're talking to a loved one that's going through a hard time. I am here. And don't let it be words. Show it through actions. You know, you have to make sure you take a person's whole inner being inside your arms and your heart when you want to be a support system. And suicide is very serious, and sometimes it just can't be avoided, to be honest with you. Sometimes a person just gets that itch, and sometimes a tragedy hits, or sometimes they're just plagued with all kinds of mental illnesses that they can no longer fight. And so we turn around here and look back on someone that commits suicide and we call them weak. But then again, we need to really look at the whole situation. Are they always the one that weak, or were we not sometimes strong? So this is something to think about. We'll see you next video, and thanks again. This is Rajo. And don't forget, you can always follow me on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook under Rajo the Writer. We'll see you next time.